Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 96 and today we are finally going to finish our weekend league. I know you're watching this on Wednesday, but that is just how far ahead we were getting just simply because of the Christmas period and all of those fun packs that we've opened in the last few days. Now I want to start things off by just saying a massive thank you to you guys. The support lately has been through the roof. If you can continue that, it'd be amazing. Hit me with a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. I mean, we also cracked 492,000 subs, so we're 8k now to go. I can smell the 500,000 subscribers, I really can. Today's quite a long episode, nearly 19 minutes long. And that is because there is quite a lot to get through. So I'm going to start things off with 5 player picks. I crafted them just with some stuff in my club in the aim to hopefully get some half decent fodder for any old reason, right? You know, they're there. I might as well use the back end stuff in my club to try and get some half decent stuff in these. And they didn't really work out that well for me, you know, considering they're 80 plus. We got like 82, then 81, then 82, then 82, and then the final one, we have to end up just taking the 80 because we've already got both the other players. So it was just like really not a great set of upgrade packs. Therefore, we don't need to dwell on them. We just move on quickly. I've bought somebody for the bench, and that is Tavernier, the second in form. English right back, plays for Rangers, and his card looks very good. Lots of people are raving about him, so I'm going to just stick him on the bench. Whether he's a sub defender or a sub midfielder, I don't really care. We can potentially bring him and like Atal on as two like really fast, well-statted players. That could be perfection, really, couldn't it, for the latter stages of a game? So I come up against a good old team in the weekend league, and we're at 7 wins right now. I'm not quite sure how many losses, if I'm honest. I filmed, I mean, like, I played this a couple of days ago, so it's like I can't exactly remember the when we took the losses and the wins and stuff, so you'll have to bear with me as we go through these games. But I went 1-0 up, but then quickly the game turned on me, and I soon realized that I was up against someone that was actually really quite good. I couldn't seem to defend him. He was very good, and I don't quite know how he does it. But the way that you can just stop and then change direction, like stop, cut back, change direction with your attacker, man, I kind of wish I could do that with mine. And I'm just not, yeah, I'm just not savvy with the buttons that you need to press to like stop dead and then quickly change position, because he made it seem like he was going one way and then just sold me like 4 or 5 times, and that led to the amount of goals that he got. And then as you can see here, like even there I slide through and he just does a fake stop and taps it in the other corner. It was quite embarrassing, but luckily enough I did manage to get a few goals. However, that doesn't really matter, does it, when when you're a few goals down? Getting only 4 when you've got 5 goals to get is not enough. So we take a little loss there, stay at 7 wins, and move on into the next game, where we get hit by Varane, Kante, Rashford, inform red, and then also the flashback Alessandrini. So I knew that this guy was probably going to be quite a tough opponent, you know, using some decent players. I thought we were about to go on an awful losing streak, considering we got our first 7 wins in pretty good fashion. However, we managed to get an equaliser. Torres hits him with the rainbow flick, and it falls really kindly for Clarence Seedorf. And then, I mean, that's just beautiful. You've seen me do that a few times now, I think. The fake Rabona to the rainbow flick to the volley with João Felix. He does it better than almost anyone, man, I swear. Now, Torres ends up just shooting at the near post. I mean, how lucky is that, though? That it comes back off the post, straight into the path of Clarence Seedorf again. The Dutchman's got 2 goals in this game, and he's very lucky to get them. And then it falls to Seedorf again. This time he passes it off to João Felix. Just looking back at those goals right there, that is some sublime luck for your boy. So we will take that. And at half-time, you know, we're 4-1 up, moving on into the second half. Were my goals lucky, or is he going to get back into it? Well, we actually score a 5th, and this time it is with Sadio Mane. Take my foot off the gas at that point in time. Actually moved my goalkeeper way too far out from the corner, and he ends up scoring at the near post. But that doesn't matter because we come away with a nice, easy 5-2 victory, bringing us up to our 8 wins. Still 6 wins to go, but we'll definitely get them in this episode. Coming up against João Felix, Rashford, another Varane, Torreira, who we were only able to really use for a couple of games before we managed to actually pack Varane, and that led to team changes and stuff. But he was quite good for the games that we did use him, so I knew that I needed to be a bit careful. I do go 1-0 down, but it is that man, Fernando Torres, El Nino, scoring for us once again. He has been a really fun addition to the squad, I have to admit. You know, when you pack him originally and you see just an 85 rated striker, you know, you think, maybe he's not going to be amazing with 83 shooting, but this man can shoot on both feet. He is very, very good. He might not be the most agile and the quickest player in the world, but I tell you what, he's a great out-and-out striker, and I'm so glad we've got him in our team. And I'm actually so glad that he doesn't look like old man Torres in game, because it looks like the youngster with the blonde locks and the sock tape and stuff. I don't know, it seems like a fun player to use. So there's our 9 wins, and we come up against Garrincha. We come up against that Thorgan Hazard, who looks pretty good. This is a nice team, interesting squad. Got lots of cool different players in there. Baby Lam, I guess he got from an icon pack. Maybe he took Vidic from swaps or something, but it's not the sort of team you come up against all the time. So fair play and props to my opponent for that, and having some nice other different players in the squad. But we do go 1-0 up, and it was a fairly lucky affair, I think, the way that the ball fell to Mane to then knock it through. And he does get through with Garrincha here, and of course he's just going to tap it across goal. And it is that man, Thorgan Hazard, to smack it home into the back of the net. And then I think Fabregas ends up getting through my team. Now that was something I thought of as well for the future. Does that Fabregas look decent to you guys? Does he look like he could be a good box-to-box midfielder for us? Because now that we've got Torres, we've got a Spaniard in there that would get a strong link to that Fabregas. And of course we can link to like Marquinhos and Depay. That we got a fair few decent League One players. So there's potential for Cesc Fabregas to be joining the squad in the next few days, perhaps, if you guys think it's a good idea. If not, then we'll get somebody different, that's for sure. So we come away with a really lucky 3-2 victory. That guy held possession against me well. He was not happy in the messages afterwards as well. I remember that guy. But all we'll say is GG's. And I think maybe at the time I told him to hold this L. But you know what? You respond to people in the way that they respond to you, right? So anyway, we move on to the FUT Freeze challenge to get, I think, a jumbo gold pack. Have you noticed how the tradable ones are always rubbish, and then the only half decent packs we get are all untradeable? Damn it. Give us some good packs. However, we have to give props to EA for that Maradona SBC, because it was a great way to get a 50k pack and a loan Maradona for cheap. Also getting a loan version of Adama, because I have been getting the loan version of every single player every single day, just because they will be useful in the long run for friendlies and stuff. Get boards from the Jumbo Gold Pack, actually, which is unexpected, but it's not amazing, you know. It's just Zapata, 83 overall rating. And by the way, obviously this stuff was all filmed on the weekend before we got the new FUT Freeze players or whatever. So therefore, if I do pack anyone that has now turned to a FUT Freeze, don't think that I'm getting scammed. But we're in the middle of our weekend league stuff, right? Because I am ahead on videos, therefore we can't pack any of the new players. However, I don't know if we do or don't pack any of those players. I'm just saying for the next couple of days, just bear that in mind. So I do manage to go 1-0 up, and then I end up getting a penalty with Torres because he hit the bridge, and Alexandro just wiped me out. Score a second there with Torres to put me 2-0 up. And we're cruising in this game. Didn't even let my opponent have a shot in the first half. But 2-0 is a worrisome scoreline for me. And I hate the fact that they can potentially get back into the game like that. And as you can see, I mean, I get kippered by João Felix. He does me well and truly there. So it's 2-1 in this game. However, we can just get into the box here. Mane is there to score in the 91st minute, basically to seal this game. I think I was basically going to just try and hold the ball in the corner, but then it opened up for me, and then, you know, You just take the chance and score the goal and put the game to bed, right? So that's 11 wins. 11 wins with not too many losses. We've been doing all right so far. And then we come up against this. A defense I would actually really like to use. You guys know I actually want to get Sergio Ramos in there for some reason. I just want to try him out, see if he's any good, because I always quite like him as a centre-back. And I just feel like the way he moves on the ball and stuff would be quite nice next to Varane, the OP machine. And then at some point, yes, we will remove Varane from our squad. Just let me pack a Team of the Year centre-back first before I do that. You know, a lot of people saying that, yes, I was the... Well, I've been saying as well that I'm the hypocrite for now using Varane in the squad. But you know what? It's an RTG. What are you going to do? If you get him, you're going to have to use him, right? Then we come up against Red Ronaldo and Felix and Alessandrini and Kante and Varane and Gomez. And you guys get the idea that maybe this fella knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, me too. And I was 1-0 down after 5 minutes, and I was the one which had kickoff. So, yeah, I managed to give the ball away and basically concede in the first couple of minutes. Alessandrini then, I mean, that's a smart play. To ball roll the keeper there and still get it in at the near post, I didn't expect that, if I'm honest. So, not much going for me at half-time. 2-0 down. Could quit there if I really fancied it, just because... You know what, this game's not going to go my way, is it? I'm not going to come away with a dub here, so I'm just wasting my own time. I go 3-0 down. Ronaldo then just gets past me, makes it 4-0. Obviously, Red Ronaldo's quite good, but so was his Alessandrini and his João Felix. And he brought on a little Cuadrado and just swept it across to Cristiano there. And I mean, like, he tries to hit it wide just to have some fun. He was toying with me at this point. But the goalkeeper still palmed it back to his player to smash it home. So I get done 5-0 in that game. Happens though, doesn't it? We've mentioned this before. There's always, every episode, there's one of those games where you just get smacked. And you know what? So be it. We move on. And then we come up against Neymar and all sorts of other crazy cards in this one. And I thought, okay, maybe this is the point where I take my huge losing streak. But a lovely cross in and a great header by El Nino. I like that. I like that I'm able to kind of use him in the air as well. That leads to another potential play style for us. Torres then also gets into the box, takes the strike, and it falls luckily to Mane as Courtois palms it out, and we are able to go 2-0 up from that one. However, Talisca knocks it into Neymar, into Alessandrini. I moved my Varane there in anticipation of him trying to get on his strong foot. And then, as you can see, he just goes on the weak foot and scores. So I'm 2-1 up at half-time, but I really don't know if I deserve it. The goals that we've scored haven't been great, and this guy has shown that he's a pretty good player. And he does get back into the game less than 10 minutes into the second half. I give a penalty away. He taps that one home. Yeah, I'm now losing. And this game, yeah, it just kind of went downhill. I actually think the goals that I got were pretty lucky. And therefore, when this guy finally got into his rhythm and stuff, we were going to take our loss. He was a good player. I have to give him that. 67% possession. Maybe he just tried to put me to sleep. And it kind of worked. Because I hate those guys. I hate those guys that have too much possession against me. Now, this guy is using his final loan game of his Maradona. Oh, bro, you've had a mare there. You should have not used him because then you would have been able to use him all year long in friendlies. But maybe he doesn't play them. Who knows, anyway. But I go 1-0 up, and it is Clarence Seedorf to score the goal. Mane then just showing some great pace and fantastic strength to hold that defender off. And obviously some finishing prowess to stick that one in the back of the net, and we can go 2-0 up. Torres then turns the defender nicely. That's 3-0. In my opinion, 3-0 after 30 minutes, that's kind of game. Unless he does go and instantly score. Oh, dear. And then he goes and scores another one. Oh, dear. What is going on, Tom? Please, Tom, don't mess this game up, all right? You're 3-0 up. Now it's 3-2. Please don't bottle it. And into the second half we go, where we're on the attack, so it's likely that we are going to score here. Mane just somehow keeps the ball and does some insane dribbling. I don't even know how I pulled that off, but we'll take it. We go 4-2 up. João Felix gets through one-on-one with the goalkeeper and just nets it into the roof of the net. His shot, man, it just seems so powerful compared to every other player on this game. Mbappe does manage to get his hat-trick there, but... is that going to be enough for him to even get back? You know, we're pushing on again. We get a 6th goal. It's a nice victory for us, that one, and nice and deserved as well. We played some good football there and come away with a good 6-3 win. Now, is that 13 wins or is that 14 wins? That is 13 wins. All right, still one more to go. And we match up against... Oh dear. Oh, dear. Yeah, that's nearly a perfect squad, I would say, at this stage of the game. It doesn't get much better than that, really, does it? And yeah, I could tell literally right from the get-go that he was a great player. And at 1-0 down, I was like, you know what? I need one more win. This is wasting my time. I am not going to beat this guy unless I get supremely lucky. And I just didn't feel it was going to happen. So we got the hell out of there and moved on to what is hopefully going to be our final game of the episode here. The defensive nightmares, Walker, Gomez, Mendy, Varane. But there's no complaints from me anymore since as we use that man Varane. And he actually scores for us in what is hopefully going to be this final game of the weekend. So 1-0 up. Yeah, he does run down the other end and score with Alessandrini though, because... this man is a monster. I should probably use mine a little bit more if I'm honest. But some great dribbling, good turning, and just sent the defender the wrong way there with João Felix. Obviously a solid finish from the Portuguesa as well. And then Mane is able to turn the defenders inside out once again. I've really enjoyed using my front three this weekend. They've all been supreme, sublime, excellent, solid. Whatever words I haven't or haven't used in this episode so far. Torres then scores at the near post. We make it 4-1. My opponent does quit. And that feels good for the final game of the weekend league. All right. Take a breath. Because 14 wins has been achieved. I think in the end we went like 14-8. It's not a great weekend. It's not a terrible weekend. It's not an amazing weekend. It is, as we say, what it is. But yeah, I mean, so far, so good for this squad. It is probably going to be the end of the road for those tradable players, though, as we prepare for a new challenge next week. You know, why not sell the players that we've got tradable versions of? I'm talking Renato Sanchez, Mane, and Van Dijk. We're going to sell all three of them right now. After a great weekend for all of them, you know, I am just going to offload them because I want to try different players on this game. It will allow me to try different players next weekend. And, I mean, after tax, we lose a little bit on Van Dijk. When it comes to Mane, I think maybe we lose a little bit on him as well. But I do sell all of my players for more than I bought them for. And we definitely make profit there on Renato Sanchez. Not much, but it might cover the other two players as well, actually. So, pretty much break even after using those three for the weekend. And I've seen them at a lot lower prices now. So, I'm glad I offloaded them when I did. Currently sat at 559,000 coins. It was time. The time has come for me to get rid of them and move on to something different. We are cash rich again as well now, which is great. And that's pretty much going to be the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. I will fill this squad out in tomorrow's video. We'll see what we can get done, shall we? But yeah, hit me with a thumbs up. Like I'm saying, 5,000 likes is your target. You've been smashing it every day lately. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. If you can keep that going as a Christmas present to me, it will mean the world. And of course, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. I thank you for that. Come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. And have a great day, everyone. I'll catch you tomorrow on Christmas Eve for another video. Peace.